Okay, listen, guys. If you're not going to pay attention, I'm going to make you put the iPads away. I'm trying to be nice, but you're pushing it. All right? So we're going to look at number 1, 7-1, first page, and we're going to get through these 6 problems. All right? So we're going to start with all of the substitutions. So we'll do all the substitution problems first. So that's A, B, C, and D. I guess they're all good. So who remembers how substitution even works? What do we do when we say we're going to use substitution? Plug in, so for example, y is x squared, so I can put x squared right here. So it says x squared minus 9 equals 0. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Then, what do I do with that? I could add the 9 over, and then square root, that's one option. However, if you use that option, please don't forget the plus or minus. So you have 2 answers coming up here. One of them has an x coordinate of 3, and one of them has an x coordinate of -3. All right, and then what? Because remember, when you solve a system, you have to have x and y. Okay, so what do I do now? If x is 3, won't y be 9? And what if x is -3? Still 9, yep. So there are your 2 answers. No problem. All right. So Harper, I don't know what we're doing. Are we watching basketball? Okay, well, I gave him permission to do that, so I'll let you, but we're not doing other stuff, all right? We're getting this, we gotta get these 6 problems done. As soon as we get them done, we'll go to lunch. All right, so what do we do here? We're substituting. We have to use substitution. So tell me what your thought is. Get one of the variables by itself. And it makes sense to get one of these by themselves because they're already by themselves. If you try to get him by himself, you're going to have to deal with the negative. And no way you're going to get this by itself because it's squared. So what if I just said x equals 3 plus y on the top row? Is that okay? Then I can take this and plug it in here. So 3 plus y minus y squared equals 3y. Everybody still on board? Now what? This is a quadratic equation, so let's get it set equal to 0. I'm going to add that over there. I'm going to subtract a y and subtract a 3. Royce? Yeah. Now what? Now I'll factor. And how does it factor?
3 negative 1. 3.
It's got to be plus 3 minus 1. Which means what? Y, I have 2 answers again. Y is either 1 or y is -3. So how do I find x? I come back up here, anywhere really, but it's easy here. If I put in 1 for y, x is 4. And if I put in -3, x is 0. Remember what you're doing when you're doing this problem? You're taking these 2 things, which that's a parabola, that's a line, and you're figuring out where they cross each other. That's why our answers are ordered pairs. All right, C. about if I add 3y in that first equation? Is that okay with everybody, that x by itself?
Yeah.
The directions say substitution, so I don't have any other option. I have to substitute. So this is gonna go in here. So -2, 6 plus 3y, plus 6y equals 4. So I took this guy right here and plugged him in right here. Anybody notice anything?
No solution?
Yeah, it's no solution.
I heard no solution, and you are absolutely correct. Because your variables disappeared, and you were left with -12 equals 4, which we know is not true. So what does that mean? That means whatever these two things were, and since they're lines, they're not intersecting, which means they must be parallel. These must be parallel lines, because they have no intersection.
What would it mean if you got to that point and it was true? Like, it was like 4.
If you got 4 equals 4, then that means the lines are the same, they're right on top of each other. So there would be infinitely many solutions. My guess is that's gonna happen in one of these, but we'll see. All right, last substitution. Can I just set them equal to each other?
You would just skip it.
I like to have it equal to 0, so I'm gonna add my x squared over. But if I subtract 2x, am I gonna get minus 3x over here? Those are gone. I can factor, not like we factored over, well, that other problem. We're gonna just take out the GCF.
Yeah.
So our GCF is x. So once again, I'm getting two answers. What are my two answers? X is either 0 or x is 3. So then I'll go back to my original problem. I had an equation that said this. So if x is 0, y is 1. If x is 3, y is -2.
Two problems.
We do have two problems. All right.
Heather says that.
All right, now the directions have switched. Now we are solving with elimination. And elimination is my personal favorite.
Same.
So, if I'm going to eliminate here, what would you suggest I do?
Get x. Multiply x by 2. You know, if you multiply bottom one by 2, so that x.
Now, if I multiply the bottom one by 2,
Or -2.
it would have to be -2. All right, I can do that.
And that actually happens.
So 2x plus y equals 10. Michael says he wants to multiply the bottom one by -2. Remember, when you do that, it's all the way across. So -2 times -2 times -2. And the reason he did that, see right here? When he adds, he eliminates the x's. So 5y equals 20, and it looks like y equals 4. Only one answer this time, y is 4. If I plug in 4 somewhere, it doesn't really matter, anywhere you want. Plug in 4, it looks like x is gonna be 3. And there's the point of intersection. All right, one more, here we go. Last one.
Whoa.
All right, we have to eliminate.
You
over, bottom by 5.
Just the Y's.
What do you think of Alden's plan?
I love
He
like
is
that.
canceling
Oh, my
out
God.
his y's. So 16x minus 20y equals, what is that, negative 92? 15x plus 20y equals 30. So 31x equals negative 62. Looks like x equals negative 2. So we have one answer, x is negative 2, so we'll go back somewhere. I'll plug it in here. So negative 6 plus 4y equals 6. Did you get 3?
Yeah.
You did not.
I did, I already had it written down. Oh, it's 0. Thank you.
All right, now, boys and girls, listen to me. You heard Dr. Bridges say, make good choices. You are not invincible, all right? I have suffered through situations where we have lost kids over spring break or they have been seriously injured. I don't want to go through that again. I'm too old, I can't do it. I love you.